Hello and welcome to today's Anila yoga, which is the flowy kind that we do here. Let me just prepare the music. The playlist is Vasanta. You find it where you find passwords on Eversports or on our website. And we're gonna start it together now. We start sitting down. Place your hands on your knees and softly close your eyes and then take one deep breath out to just arrive in the moment and arrive at the place where you're at. Continue to breathe out, and with every breath out, you let go. You don't only let go of the breath, you let go of anything that has already happened and is therefore not the now anymore. You let go of anything that has not yet happened and is therefore not yet the now. You let go of anything and anyone who is not sitting on your mat in this moment, so that the only things that remain are yourself in this very moment, in this very spot, about to take a few minutes just for yourself, for your yoga. And we turn our attention towards the breath. Try not to do anything to it, but rather try to just give it space, to let it flow freely. Knowing that your breath is always a balance between what the body needs and what the mind wants. One is not better or worse than the other. It's just the two parts that are needed to carry us through life and through any situation that we may encounter. Then we breathe in on the front side of the spine upwards. And we breathe out on the back side of the spine downwards. The breath in is fresh, airy, and cooling. And the breath out is liquid, warm, and silky. Breathe in upwards on the front side, cool and airy. And breathe out downwards of the spine, liquid, warm, and silky. And we pick an intention for this class, a nice thought that you would like to carry with you. It could be something simple like breathe, can be something abstract like love or light. or courage. Or it could be very personal or a little bit more complex, but make it a beautiful thought that you would like to carry with you and keep close. With the next breath in, we lift the arms, look up to the ceiling, stretch the spine as long as we can, and then we breathe out and turn to the right side. Wrap the arms around our body, look over the shoulder, and then we change to the other side. Look over the left shoulder, wrap your arms around you, and then release your arms, release your shoulders, and change between these two positions, taking your whole spine with you, including your head and a little bit also your hips. The whole spine rotates, the arms just flap around from one side to the other, and then breathe with it. Breathe out when you go back through an open mouth. And we get a bit faster. Don't forget to keep your shoulders and your arms relaxed. And we get a little bit faster yet. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Put your hands on your knees. Close your eyes. Listen inwards for the echo of what we just did. Listen to what it did to your breath, what it did to your body, to your muscles. Then breathe in, lift your arms, look up, stretch, and then breathe out and come into a tabletop position, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Then we breathe out and get into the biggest cat back that you ever did. Make your back as round as you can. Drop your head, relax your shoulders, wiggle your way into that big cat, and then change into a cow position. Drop your heart, relax your shoulders, look up, wiggle your way also a little bit down there, and then change a few times. Breathe out to a cat back. Breathe into a hollow cow back. And while you do these changes, close your eyes and then let your body do the yoga. Try not to listen to what I said, but try to listen to your spine. Try to move freely in all different directions. Breathe with it. And try to find out what your spine wants from you in this very moment, where it wants to be stretched, where it wants to let go. And come back to a neutral back position. Breathe out, sit down on your heels, drop your head, and let go of your shoulders and your arms. Release into your mat. Breathe in, walk your hands forward on the mat. Come up with your hips and then breathe out and drop your hips forward in between your hands. Breathe in, open your heart, stretch your spine. Breathe out, float back down onto your heels. Make this movement very wavy. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, drop down. Breathe in, open your heart. Breathe out, sit back onto your heels. We go again. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, drop your hips. Breathe in, open your heart. And breathe out, sit back onto your heels and release down onto the mat. Breathe in, come back up to a tabletop position, then bring your right foot back, stretch it, and then really push your heel back as far as you can. Make it long. Really push into your hands as well to lengthen. And maybe you can lift your left leg off the ground because it doesn't have that much weight on it anymore. Slowly bring that left leg back to the ground. Bring the right foot forward. Stretch the left leg. Push yourself back into the mat. Lengthen. Push your hands into the ground, and maybe you can lift your right leg off the ground because there isn't that much weight on it anymore. And then bring it slowly back to the ground. Both knees together. Sit down onto your heels. Relax once more. Close your eyes. Feel the connection of your third eye in between your eyes on your forehead with the mat. And return to that beautiful thought of yours that you're carrying with you today. Breathe in, walk your hands forward on the mat so that your arms stretch. Breathe out, bring in your toes and lift your hips back and up into a Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now looking dog. Here, try not to round your back too much, but lengthen your spine and push your hips back and up. You can very well bend your knees. That's not a problem at all. The very important thing is here to release the spine as much as you can. And maybe walk that dog a little bit around, make it fluid. But in every movement that you make here, try to find more length in your whole spine. Maybe shake your head a bit to release your neck. And then with a breath out, we come to stillness and to balance in all four corners of this dog. And breathe in and lift your right foot high up in the sky. Breathe out and bring it forward in between your hands. Really sink your hips down. Bring both your hands flat to the ground and then lift the heel of your front foot from the mat. Set it back down onto the mat. Lift it again. Set it down. And third one, lift the heel. Set it down. Bring the back knee to the floor. Walk your hands back. Straighten your front foot and pull your right hip back and up as far as you can. Drop your head towards your kneecap. Round your spine. Breathe out and drop with it. And with your next breath out, you straighten your toes. You point your foot. And then you breathe in and you flex your foot. You pull your toes towards you. That can be awkward. Breathe out again, point. Breathe in and flex. Breathe out and point. Breathe in and flex. Then we walk the hands forward. We bring the back toes in, come up to the lunge, bring the hands up, bring the hands in front of the heart. And then we do something a little bit crazy because here we're also lifting the heel as high as you can. Bring it back down, breathe with it, breathe in, lift it up, the heel of the front foot, breathe out, bring it down. Third one, lift it and bring it down. Bring your hands to the floor and then step back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward looking dog. Breathe your left foot high up in the sky, back and up, and bring it forward with your breath out in between. your hands. Here too, we do the easy one first, both hands firmly to the ground, and then lift the heel of the front foot. Bring it down. Lift it again. Bring it down. Third one. Lift the heel. Bring it down. Back knee down onto the floor. Walk your hands back and bring your left hip back and up as high as you can. In this position, the body often wants to tip to the right side to find more length. Try to stop it from doing that by staying in the middle with your head. Then we get into the point and flex again. We breathe out and point the foot as much as we can. Breathe in and flex it as much as you can. Breathe out, point it. And breathe in and flex it hard. Yes, I know that can hurt. Then come forward, walk your hands forward. Bring in your back toes, come up to lunge position. Come up with your upper body, bring your hands over your head, breathe out, bring your hands in front of your heart. We're doing the crazy one again. Stay low, make sure that your front knee is stable, your back leg is straight, and then lift the heel of the front foot and bring it down again. Breathe in and lift it. Breathe out and bring it down again. Third and last one. Breathe in and lift it. Breathe out. Bring it down again. Both hands to the ground. Stand back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look forward in between your hands and take a big step towards Uttanasana, the forward bend. Drop your head and lift your heels. Hang in here a little bit. And then move your weight from your heels to your toes, back and forth. Keep your head heavy. And then move your weight from your left to your right foot, from one side to the other. And then come to the middle and to stillness. Breathe out. Then breathe in and come up vertebra by vertebra. Hands over your head. Breathe out. Hands in front of your heart. Close your eyes for a little bit. Tadasana. Listen inward. Bring the same amount of weight on both of your feet. Let go of your knees. Tilt your hips slightly by pulling your sacrum to the ground. Open your heart, drop your shoulders, lengthen your neck. And keep that nice thought of yours close by your heart. Breathe in and bring your hand up towards the sky. Look up, open your eyes. Then breathe out and come downward. Set both hands down onto the floor all the way and then step back into a plank position. Plank not being one straight line, but being a plank with a little edge in it by lifting your hips so that your upper body is parallel to the ground, pushing away the floor, pulling your shoulder blades apart, having a long spine, a flat back. And then we bring for the first one, the knees to the ground. We tilt the hips going from Courtney Love to Kim Kardashian. And then we let the heart sink towards the floor slowly, slowly, with lots of control. Just before you hit the floor, you move your heart forward up to a beautiful Bhujangasana. Here, try not to compress your neck, but try to lengthen your neck. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and then breathe out. Sit down onto your heels. Relax into the floor. Let go of everything. Then breathe in, move your hands forward. Breathe out, bring your toes in. Come up to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward looking dog. Breathe in and lift your right foot. Breathe out, bring it forward in between your hands. We come up to a lunge position, hands in front of the heart. We lift the front foot only once. Then we open the arms and we look over the right shoulder to the back in a twisty twist. Stay low. And we bring the left hand to the floor. Right hand goes up into the sky as high as you can. Don't bring it over your back. Bring it up to really open your heart. And bring both hands to the floor. Step back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Find your balance. Then breathe in. Lift your left leg. Breathe out. Bring it forward in between your hands. Come up, hands over your head. Breathe out, hands in front of your heart. Lift your heel of the front foot once, as high as you can. Bring it down. Open your arms. Look over your left shoulder into the twisty twist. Stay low in your hips. Then the right arm goes directly to the ground. Left arm goes high up into the sky. Both hands to the ground. Step back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lengthen your spine. Look forward in between your hands. And then walk or step forward to a Uttanasana, forward bend. Breathe out. Breathe in and come up vertebra by vertebra. Hands over your head. Breathe out, hands in front of your heart. Close your eyes for a second. Balance. Let go. Lengthen. And breathe in, bring your hands up, look high up into the sky. Breathe out, come forward, bring down both your hands to the floor, step or walk or jump back to a plank position. And from here, we do another chaturanga, either on your knees or on your feet, I don't care, but make it a slow one. Make it full of control, keep your elbows close to your body, and just before you hit the ground, you move your heart forward and up. Let go of your hips, let go of your legs, bring your shoulders far away from your ears, and then breathe out and lead with your hips. The rise up to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward looking dog. Find balance. Then we start with the left foot. We breathe in, bring the left foot up, breathe out, bring it forward in between your hands. Come up with both your hands. Breathe out, hands in front of your heart. Breathe in, lift your heel of the front foot. Breathe out, bring the heel down, bring the back knee down. Bring the whole upper body down. Then point your front foot. Flex your front foot as much as you can. Walk forward again. Bring in your back toes. Open up your back leg. Come up to lunge position again. Hands in front of your heart. Open your arms. Look over your left shoulder into a twist. And open both hands forwards and up. Down to the floor. And step back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward looking dog. Look forward in between your hands. Walk or jump forward into a Uttanasana. Breathe out, release. Breathe in, come up. Vertebra by vertebra, hands over your head. Breathe out, hands in front of your heart. Close your eyes for a second. Balance. Lengthen. And let go. Breathe in, lift your arms, look up, open your eyes. Breathe out, come downward and forward. Set your whole hands before you walk or jump back into a chaturanga directly on your knees or on your heel, on your feet is not important. Control is important. Come forward and up, open your heart, and then breathe your way back up into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward looking dog. Breathe in, right foot goes up. Breathe out, right foot comes forward in between your hands. Breathe in, come up, hands over your head. Breathe out, hands in front of your heart. Breathe in, lift the heel of the front foot. Breathe out, come down all the way with your heel, with your back knee, with your upper body. Straighten your front foot. Then point your foot and flex your foot as hard as you can. Walk forward. Bring your back foot in. Come up again. Hands over your head. Breathe out, hands in front of your heart. Breathe in, open up into the twisty twist over your right arm, as low as you can go in your hips. Come forward and up to the middle. Breathe out, bring both hands to the floor. Step back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward looking dog. Bring your knees to the floor and sit down on your heels and release. Drop your head, drop your shoulders. Feel the connection of your forehead with the mat in the place of your third eye. Focus on that beautiful thought of yours. And breathe in, walk your hands forward. Breathe out, bring your toes in and come up to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward looking dog. Look forward in between your hands. Make a big step or a small jump to Uttanasana. Breathe out. Breathe in, come up, vertebra by vertebra. Hands over your head. Breathe out, hands in front of your heart. Now make sure that your feet are parallel and as close as they can go without being very extra icky. Bring your knees together. Open your heart, open your shoulders. And then we sit down to Utkatasana, the chair pose. Open your heart, drop your shoulders. Stay proud in your upper body and come low with your butt, as low as you can. Breathe with it. Now, if you know me a little bit, you probably know that we do the same thing that we just did here as well. So we lift the heels. No. Breathe out, bring the heels down. Breathe in, bring them up. Breathe out, bring the heels down. Breathe in, bring your heels up. Breathe out, bring them down. Stay low for a little bit. Then we bring the left elbow onto the right knee. Push into the lower hand and try to push the upper body away from your thighs. Don't collapse into your thighs. Push yourself away from your thighs to open up into that juicy little twist. Then bring all your weight onto your right foot so that your left foot is free to do a big step back into a lunge position. Stay with it. And then we open the arms upwards and downwards into a very juicy little twist variation here. And because we lift the heel of the front foot. Yikes. But only once. Bring it down again. Both hands to the floor, left and right of your foot. Bring your back knee down and walk your hands back to straighten your front foot. Breathe out and drop over your leg. Then point your straight leg. Flex it. Walk forward with your hands. Bring in your back toes and come back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bring your knees to the floor. Sit down onto your heels and breathe out. Breathe in, lift your hips. Breathe out, bring your hips in between your hands. Breathe in, open your heart. Breathe out, come back down onto your heels. Breathe in, walk your hands forward. Breathe out, bring in your toes and come up to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look forward in between your hands, make a big step forward to Uttanasana. Breathe in and come up vertebra by vertebra. Hands over your head. Breathe out, hands in front of your heart. Close your eyes for a second. Balance. Let go. And breathe. And breathe in, bring your arms up over your head, lengthen, open your eyes. Breathe out, come down with both hands firmly to the ground before you walk or jump to a push-up position from where you do a chaturanga. On knees or feet is not important, keep the control. Move forward and up into Bhujangasana or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And then lead with your hips back and up to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward looking dog. Lengthen. Look forward in between your hands. Make a big step forward. Release. Breathe in, come up, vertebra by vertebra. Hands over your head. Breathe out, hands in front of your heart. Bring your feet together, bring your knees together. Sit down, Utkatasana. Open your heart, drop your shoulders, and drop your hips as low as they can go. Breathe with it. And from here, we'll lift the hips up, breathe in, the heels. Breathe out, heels down. Breathe in, heels up. Breathe out, heels down. Third and last one. Lift and down. Stay with it for one breath. Then bring your right elbow onto your left knee. Hands together. Push yourself away from your thighs to open up into that twisted chair. And bring all your weight into your left foot so that the right foot is free to do a big step back into lunge position. Straighten that back leg. And then open both arms to the ground and to the sky. Open it wide, and then just because we can, we lift the heel of the front foot. Breathe out and bring it back down. Both hands to the floor. Step back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lengthen your spine. Balance your weight a little bit. Let it flow from one corner to the other. But always looking for more length in your spine. And breathe out. Find balance and stillness on all four corners. With the next breath out, we lower the knees. Sit down on the heels. Drop the head. Breathe in, lift your hips. Breathe out, drop them in between your hands. Breathe in, come up, open your heart. Breathe out, sit back down onto your heels. We do 3 of them. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, drop your hips. Breathe in, open your heart. Breathe out, float back onto your heels. Third and last one. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, drop your hips. Breathe in, open your heart. Breathe out, sit back down onto your heels, let go. Stay here for a full breath. Connect your forehead to the mat. Let go of your shoulders. And we breathe in, walk the hands forward so the arms stretch. Breathe out, bring the toes in, come up to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look forward in between your hands. Make a big step or a small jump forward. Breathe out, breathe in, come up vertebra by vertebra. Hands over your head. Breathe out, hands in front of your heart. Breathe in, open up, look up, open your eyes. Breathe out, come forward and down. And bring your middle finger and your index finger around your toes. Make little hooks. Really drop your head. Maybe bend your knees, that's not important. But what's important is that with the next breath in, you lift your hips. With the next breath out, you bring your elbows to the outside as far as you can go. The next breath in, you lift your hips again. The next breath out, you drop your head again. Next breath in, you lift your hips again. Next breath out, you bring your elbows even more to the outside. Release your hands. Then breathe in and come up vertebra by vertebra. Hands over your head. Breathe out, hands in front of your heart. Bring your feet together, your knees together. Sit down to Utkatasana. Breathe in, lift your heels. Breathe out, bring them down. Bring your right elbow into your left knee, twist. Bring your right foot back. Open up your arms. Lift your front heel. Breathe it out again. And then lead with your left hand up to a twisty twist. Look over your left shoulder. Stay with it. Breathe in, bring both hands forward and up. Make sure that your front knee now is not sneaking its way to the inside. Push it slightly outwards to stabilize it. Breathe out, bring your hands in front of your heart. Both hands to the floor. Step back to Adho Mukha. Look forward in between your hands. Big step. Breathe out, release. Breathe in, come up vertebra by vertebra. Hands over your head. Breathe out, hands in front of your heart. Feet together, knees together. Down with your hips, Utkatasana. Twist to the other side. Left elbow onto right knee. Then step the left foot back into a twist. Open up to the sky and to the ground. Lift your front heel. Bring it back down. Then lead with your right arm up into a twisty twist. Look over your right shoulder. Breathe in, bring both hands forward and up. Check your front knee. Is it sneaking its way into the inside? Then push it out. Both hands to the floor. Step back into Adho Mukha. Lengthen. Look forward in between your hands. Big step. Breathe out, release. Breathe in, come up vertebra by vertebra. Hands over your head. Breathe out. Hands in front of your heart. Bring your feet together, your knees together. Sit down. We do that again. Lift your heel. Bring your heels down. Right elbow onto left knee. Twist. Right foot goes back. Open. Lift the front heel high as you can. Bring it back down. Come up into the twisty twist. Look over your left shoulder. Both hands go forward and up. Front knee stays stable. Hands in front of your heart. Bring your right hand to the floor and release your left hand up into the sky. Both hands to the floor. Bring your back knee to the floor. Straighten your front leg. Point your front leg. Flex your front foot. Walk forward with your hands. Bring in your back toes and come back to Adho Mukha, Svanasana, downward looking dog. Look forward in between your hands, little jump or a big step to Uttanasana. Breathe out, breathe in, come up vertebra by vertebra. Hands over your head. Breathe out, hands in front of your heart. Bring your feet and your knees together. Sit down, Utkatasana. Lift your heels as high as you can. Bring them back down again. Left elbow into right knee. Twist. Then step your left foot back into a lunge position. Open your arms. Lift your front heel. Bring it down to the floor. And bring your hands to the floor, your back knee to the floor. Straighten your front leg. Point your front foot. Flex your front foot. Walk forward with your hands. Bring your left hand firmly onto the ground. Release your right hand up into the sky. Bring both hands to the floor and step back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward looking dog. Bring your knees to the floor and sit down onto your heels. Release your head. Let go of your shoulders, let go of your neck. Make your hips heavy. And feel the connection between your third eye and the floor. Focus on that beautiful thought of yours that you're carrying with you. Try to imagine that connection between your forehead and the floor, not like a singular point, but like a railway going down into the ground very deep, but also going into your head very deep. With your next breath in, you walk your hands forward so your arms stretch. With your next breath out, you make your hips extra heavy again. Breathe in, lift your hips. Breathe out, drop them in between your hands. Breathe in, come up and open your heart. Then breathe out, bring your toes in and lift your knees off the ground. And when you breathe in, you come up to a Adho Mukha Svanasana. And from here, with a round back, we float forward to a plank position, shoulders over your hands, knees to the ground, and sit back onto your heels, release. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, sink down with your hips. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, toes. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out into Adho Mukha. And breathe in and come forward with a round back to plank position. Knees to the ground. And sit down onto your heels. Third and last one. Hips go up. Hips go forward and down. Heart opens. Spine stretches. Toes prepare. Hips go back and up to Adho Mukha. Come forward with a round back to plank. Knees to the floor and sit back down onto your heels and stay. Drop your shoulders, drop your neck, make your hips very heavy. Release onto the floor. And breathe in, come up vertebra by vertebra. Open your knees as far as they can go. Lift your hips. Bring your feet forward and try to sit back over your feet so that you can stretch your legs forward. Or if that's not working, just make your way onto your back. That's fine too. Doesn't count that much how we get somewhere, as long as we get there. Then roll around on your back. Release it in all possible directions. And then we end sitting up. We straighten the left leg. Bring the right foot very close to our body. Hug it closely. Really activate that straight leg and then bring the right knee out to the outside. Orientate your hips and your shoulders towards your straight leg. Breathe in, lengthen. And breathe out, bend over that leg. Try not to grab for your foot, because if you grab for your foot, even if you're very flexible, you extend your shoulders. But what we want to do is we round the spine, drop the head, and release. So grab onto your knee, your shin, whatever is in the vicinity of your hands, but focus on dropping and not so much on pulling yourself towards that leg, but letting go. And we breathe in and come up. Bring that knee from the outside up. Then we shift the hips a little bit and bring that knee as far out as we can to the outside, to the right side. Then we grab that foot with the left hand. The right hand goes up and to the side in the direction of that straight foot. If you can reach, fine. If not, just go into that direction. Pull yourself on that opposite leg, that helps. And make yourself long to open up that right side. Try not to turn towards the leg, but try to pull the right arm over your body. So pull the right shoulder up and open your heart. I know that makes it more uncomfortable. That's the idea of it. Breathe, stay with it. Just a little bit more. And release. You can bring that right foot back to the center. Then bring it over the straight leg. And if you can bend the other leg to the hip without lifting the right hip, you can bend it. If not, you can leave it there. That's not an issue. Just bring your bent knee close to your body. Turn over your right shoulder and come into a twist. The important thing here is whether your left leg is straight or bent, doesn't matter. The important thing is that your weight is on your hips and not in your right hand. If you lean into your right hand, you tend to lean back, which is bringing you out of the point where you can lift and turn. Breathe with it. Bring your weight into the floor. Look over your right shoulder and try to float your way deeper and deeper into that twist. And release. Come back to the middle. Straighten your right foot and bring your left foot in, very close. Hug it a little bit. And then drop your left knee to the outside. Activate the straight leg. Orientate your shoulders and your hips to the straight leg. Lengthen. Breathe in and breathe out. Release over that leg. Grab on to anything, just not the foot, so that you can relax your shoulders and let go. Make sure that both your hips are firmly rooted into the ground, and your spine releases into a beautiful round shape. Drop your head with every breath out, deeper and deeper. Then breathe in, come up vertebra by vertebra. I quickly turn so I can see you. Bring your left foot to the outside as far as it goes. Maybe scoot a little bit over and grab onto it with your right hand. Bring your left arm up. Make yourself long and go over into the direction of that straight foot. Don't turn with your nose towards your knee, but open your heart and reach for the general direction of your foot. You don't need to grab it. You just need to aim for it. That's the only important thing. And open your heart. That's more important than grabbing a foot. Grabbing a foot is important for your ego. Opening your heart is important for your muscles and for your well-being. So Take whatever seems more important to you. I would say I'd go with the opening heart. So make yourself long. We're almost there. Okie dokes, release. Bring that knee back into a comfortable position. And bring it over the straight leg. Hug it closely. Maybe bring in the other leg if you want to, or leave it out there. Doesn't matter that much. Turn over your left shoulder. Keep your spine upright. Don't lean back into your hands. And then open your heart and twist your whole spine. Look over your left shoulder. Breathe with it. Keep your weight on your hips. That's why it's important to keep the right foot straight. If you need to lift your hips, to bring it in, because if you need to lift your hip, you're not going to be in contact with the floor. So rather leave it out there and leave your hip down. So you can firmly root into the floor. And then release, come back to the center. Bend both knees. And then breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, bring your hands to the floor, right and left. And then try to put your upper body onto your thighs. Really find contact, drop your head as much as you can, round your spine. And straighten your left foot on the floor. Keep your spine round and relaxed. Bring your left foot back in there to support your upper body, and then straighten your right foot on the floor. Release your spine. And then let the left foot join the right foot. And then maybe grab onto your feet or your chins, your knees, your feet. I don't care that much what you grab. Just grab anything and try to lengthen your upper body as well as you lengthen your legs. Find length in your whole back line. Maybe close your eyes to drop yourself deeper and deeper into that Paschimottanasana. Try to release any muscles that you're not using. And lengthen. And breathe in and release vertebra by vertebra. Come up. Bend your knees to scoot forward a little bit and release yourself back onto your back. Roll around a little bit. And bring your legs towards your upper body. Hug yourself. Bring your nose up towards your kneecaps. Compress that little package as tight as you can. And then with the breath out, you release your legs, release your arms. Maybe release also your shoulders by lifting them so your shoulder blades can melt together under your body. Open your palms towards the sky. Let your feet drop to the outside and let your eyes close softly while you release into Shavasana. Start to wander through your body like a little scanner robot, looking for parts that are still too tight, that are still having too much tension. And when you find those, breathe into them. to release and liquefy and drip down into the mat. And whenever on your travels you may encounter a thought which is not the beautiful thought that we're carrying with us, all the other thoughts, we just breathe into them as well, liquefy them, let them drip down into the mat. And slowly come back onto your mat. Move your fingers and your toes a little bit. Your head from side to side. Breathe in, lengthen, and roll over to your right side. And when you are ready, try to come up back to sitting with using no strength at all, just rolling your way up. Place your hands on your knees, your palms facing towards the sky, your index finger touching your thumb. And come back to that beautiful thought of yours. Keep it close and store it close to your heart, just behind your collarbone. And bring your right hand onto that place where you stored it, that thought, so that at any given moment when you need it throughout your daily life, you can just find it again here in your body. Bring your hands in front of your forehead. I wish for you the best of all possible intentions for anyone who's in your life, but also for yourself. And in front of your lips. And I wish for you to always find them when you need them, the right words, words that manage to be equally full of truth and full of love for anyone in your life, but also for yourself, and especially when you talk towards yourself or about yourself. And in front of your heart for a open and compassionate heart in any situation that you may encounter in this life or the next. Thank you. Danke vielmals, Daniela. And I wish you a beautiful day.